Welcome back to consecutive day 824 of a diary of a Runpreneur. Please remember that this vlog is part of the Runpreneur Challenge, which is my fundraising mission to save the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultramarathon. Check the link in the comments below to find out more how you can support it, but do give this a subscribe and a share, as the more people we get in front of, the more money we raise. Thanks for your support, and let's get started. So, consecutive day 824 of a diary of a Runpreneur. And last 24 hours have been, I would say, eye-opening. Basically, I think the problem we've had in business, in the businesses that I operate, is that there's so many opportunities. And I've talked so much about the importance of focus and being laser tight with your focus, so that you can, I think that there was an interesting phrase someone mentioned to me, that a common term in investing is diversification, and the idea behind that is don't put all your eggs in one basket. It's like a form of hedging your bets, having different investments in different industries, that type of thing. But it's a strange one, really, because that's what people advise as a general consensus in investing. Yet the most successful investor of all time is somebody who says just be laser-like focused on your niche and stick to it, and that's Warren Buffett. So it's almost flawed advice is in following that, because if you diversify and you're trying to spread yourself too thinly and you can't master the different strategies you're trying to do, then ultimately, if you make a mistake, not only do you pay the consequence of that mistake, but you also have a situation where your attention has been taken away from the stuff that's your bread and butter, and that can make a massive difference as well. Just going past someone, so bear with me a second. Evening. Yep. How are you? You okay?
Yeah, how are you?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. You looking well? Fitter than me. So it's funny because that's a guy I see so often when I run. He's a really nice fellow. I always have a little brief chat with him as I'm running. It's one of the niceties of running every day and seeing people's routines. But anyway, I digress. So the problem we've had is that we've had so many opportunities in the business arena that I operate in, which is within the social housing sector. And we've almost had the scenario where people are literally throwing money at us, which is a really nice problem to have. But people are throwing money at us to kind of deviate slightly from what we've done really well over the past, 8 months or 9 months or so of this kind of model, this brokering model. And so sometimes when that happens, you can get caught up. But what I always try and find a useful exercise, and this is a phrase I've taken from our two biggest investors. They often say, before making any decision, we just need to go and do some financial modelling. And modelling to me is forecasting, ultimately. Budgeting, forecasting, playing around with scenario analysis of financials and figures. So data analysis of evaluating an opportunity. And once they've scrutinised that data long and hard enough, only then will they make a decision. And just going past another couple of people, so just bear with me 1 second. Evening.
Oh, yeah.
And so what I'm saying is it's an interesting concept, because these are more successful than I am currently, and success leaves clues. And so I just took a day really to financially model all the new opportunities, punch them into a spreadsheet, all the different revenue streams, the costs of each, how they impact one another, how reinvesting profits from one into another revenue stream, and the impact that ultimately has on the profits that we take as directors. And obviously the cost of growth is vast, and the cost of reinvesting in growth is vast, and it can have a massive difference to your bottom line. And it was only through that exercise that I managed to determine the right strategy where we can continue to grow without having a negative impact on our current earnings level, which is so important. And I think the moral to today's story is when you feel you've got too many things going in your head and it's really difficult to make a decision, putting some form of spreadsheet together where you can put forecasts, different scenarios, you can really scrutinise what you're doing, and then you feel that the kind of mist clears and you can make a decision with much more clarity. So just bear with me again, I'm just going past someone. Evening. So that's my moral to today's story is that sometimes you'll come to crossroads in life and in business where you don't know which way to turn, and you don't get that gut feel that kind of gives you confidence enough to make a decision. And that's where financial modelling can really come into play. And it's scenario analysis, it's forecasting, it's budgeting, it's all those things combined. People will do it in different ways, but ultimately, if you can create some form of spreadsheet that can give you an indicator and back it up with data, it's often a good place to start. So anyway, that's it for me today. As always, please do give this a subscribe and a share, as it is a fundraiser, and the more people we get in front of, the more money we raise. Thank you for your support as always. Stay positive, stay happy, and I'll see you again tomorrow.